felt called to watch this video, you are most likely what is called an empath. In this video, I'm going to tell you what an empath is, why we have to understand our role on this planet as empaths, and we're going to talk about where empaths go wrong. Hello my loves and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, I'm Leora Alexandra. Welcome to the Baby Elephant community. On this channel, we talk about the law of attraction, spirituality, self-development, and anything that will help us to become our greatest versions ever. Today I want to talk to you guys about being empaths. This is something that's very important and that has been increasingly important for me to research in my own journey, and I'll tell you why in just a moment. Before we get into the video, I do want to let you know that today's video is sponsored by me, your favorite spirit entrepreneur. Is there a word for this, something that we could come up with? I've created something that is indispensable to anybody who identifies themselves as an empath. It's called Breathe. It's my at-home breathwork meditation program. Gary Zukov, author of Seed of the Soul, says that we must cleanse our energetic bodies just like we cleanse our physical bodies, every day if possible. This means that we need to practice emotional release and emotional cleansing at the end of every day. Breathe is your compact, at-home way of doing this. Once or twice a week, just giving yourself this hour where you're completely cleansing your energetic body and amping yourself up for the rest of the week. If you haven't been doing emotional cleansing and emotional release and you are an empath, and even if you aren't an empath, you must be doing this. It's literally as if you're not showering. You are at a disadvantage if you're not taking care of your energetic body and of your emotions. Emotional release is crucial for so many areas in our lives, and I'm going to touch on that and what not being in touch with our emotions and not cleansing ourselves from our emotions and from trauma and negativity, what it could possibly do to an empath. The testimonials for Breathe have been absolutely outstanding. People feel like it's changed their lives, given them control over their emotions, allowed them to heal and cleanse their feelings, to let go of things that they've been holding on to for years. It's allowed people to finally let go and finally fully feel themselves. This is a very healing, cleansing program. Now, if you live in a big city, a breathwork class costs somewhere around $30 to $200 for private sessions. In smaller cities, breathwork is simply often not accessible. They just don't have the classes. So I wanted this to be as accessible and affordable as possible. So for under $40, you get Breathe for forever. And you can do this once or twice a week, however many times you feel like you need it. It's just an upkeep kind of thing, especially if you're an empath. If you want to check out Breathe, there's going to be a link below. You can read testimonials, you can see what it's all about. I have a little video talking about it. Thank you for allowing me to sponsor my own videos. Thank you for letting me be my boss babe self. And let's get into today's video about empaths. So I've gotten so many requests to talk about what it means to be an empath, but it wasn't until it really impacted my own journey that I realized how crucial this would be for us to talk about it. Now, there's a difference between being an empathic person and an empath. An empathic person is somebody who is able to see other people's situation and is able to tap into their emotions too, so that they can be there for them. So it's like, I empathize with you, or I sympathize with you. I see where you're coming from. I see how you're feeling. I'm so sorry. Let me be there for you. An empath who is unaware of what they are and not guided will often feel everything all at once and not be able to distance themselves and to shut it off. In my case, I found that when I met some of you guys in real life, in person, sometimes people would tell me their stories and they would impact me so intensely that I would be short of breath, or I would actually feel my heart physically hurting, as if I got heartbroken, as if I'm being stabbed in the chest. I would need days to recover after talking to certain people or after performing healing on certain people. And that's when I realized that if I want to keep doing events, keep meeting you guys in person, I'm going to have to understand what it means to be an empath and how I can best channel my energy, heal myself, cleanse myself, so that I can be there for other people and be there for myself. so that I don't have to recover. It used to literally feel like I was hung over after holding space for other people. So if you know what I'm talking about when it comes to this, then you are most likely an empath. And really, if you're watching this video and you felt some sort of pull to the word empath, you're likely an empath. And if we scope it out a little bit, it's very likely that the majority of my online community and the people who watch my videos are empaths, or highly empathetic or highly sensitive individuals. The nature of this work summons empaths. So first, I want you to understand what it really means to be an empath. An empath is somebody who is born with the innate ability to sense and to truly feel what other people are feeling and experiencing. And this will often also include animals, sometimes plants, and the rare cases, but this is exponentially rising now, some empaths will actually feel the pain of the planet as a whole, as Mother Gaia. Empaths feel everything. They feel energy, they feel emotion, they feel the physical experiences of all living things. Why this video is so important for me to make is because without the proper guidance and awareness, many empaths will be totally overwhelmed by what is essentially their supernatural abilities. Many empaths will try to turn off how they feel. They'll try to run away. They'll try to turn off the sensitivity. And that's because it can feel extremely uncomfortable to be an empath without proper understanding of what we are. Because empaths have such a good understanding of what it is that other people like and want, they will often be very chameleon-like in nature. So a lot of empaths will try really hard to be what other people want them to be, what they believe other people want them to be, in order to be accepted. That's because we don't know how to truly be ourselves in our full empathic abilities. And this is just tuning ourselves down, turning ourselves down, dulling our sparkle, dulling our innate abilities to just be these incredible light workers. This is also how empaths create shadows, because they tune down the parts of themselves that they think are weird or strange or unacceptable, because really they just want to be loved and accepted by everybody. Often empaths will feel like they won't be loved or accepted if they are too much of anything, so they'll just turn themselves down. Some will turn to drugs, to alcohol, to overeating, to over-exercising, to, locking themselves away in a home, becoming hermits, in order as forms of escapism from their oversensitivity. Others yet might turn to more final measures to turn off the way that they feel. That is why learning what we are as empaths is so important. We must be good to each other and to understand one another and our empathic tendencies in order to live well on this world and not give up. Understand that if you are an empath, you are a light worker. These two things go hand in hand. That means you carry light. Just by existing and being yourself, living to your fullest expression, you are activating people on this planet. You are raising the vibration and the consciousness of the planet and of everybody around you. Your energy is crucial to the development and the evolution of mankind. You belong here. Your role on earth is important and necessary, and that's why there are more and more empaths these days, because the world needs it. You will activate and heal people through your loving and kind ways, and that's the thing about empaths. Where we find ourselves, where we feel most truly ourselves, is in service to others. So if you are an empathic person and you feel lost, you feel like you don't know what your purpose is, what your passion is, understand that what's most natural to you is service to others, and this can manifest in different ways. For me, it manifested through creating YouTube videos, creating this online community that is now transforming to a physical global community. For others, yet it might come in other ways, but it is often very much related to being creative and spiritual in nature. It doesn't necessarily have to be. You can be an empath and be in the maths and sciences, but what we have found in books and through meeting other people is that empaths are much more creative in nature. They are the creative types. This can become a career in so many different ways. A good example of this is the actor Russell Brand, who had his awakening and has since returned to his true nature, which is that of an empathic light worker. If you watch his show on Netflix, Rebirth, it's a stand-up comedy show, you can see that he carries light in his own way. He's activating and raising the consciousness of the planet in his own way. Now that way is vastly different than the way that I present myself and the way that I am in service and give my gifts away. These two ways bring light forth nonetheless, and they are important in their own ways. Very important. If we were to live on a planet that had not strayed so far from our roots, a sacred way of living, we would find that about 1 in 8 people on this planet are empaths. Now, these empaths would have been the healers, the doctors, the nurturers, the caregivers, and the teachers of the planet. But we've moved so far away from our roots, from sacred living, that it's very hard for empaths to find themselves these days. And that's why we feel so lost all the time, because we've forgotten that where we would be is in service, to bring light, to heal, to take care of people. But because this is where we are now, us empaths must make a place for ourselves. We must take all that sensitivity, all our powers, our innate abilities, and make good from them, be of service to others through them. But this all starts with understanding and becoming aware of what we are as empaths, and then finding our center. This is the most crucial thing I want to leave you with today when it comes to being an empath. An empath's power will become the strongest and will make them into the hero of their story rather than a victim of their story once they learn how to ground and balance themselves. The thing about empaths is we often become codependent. And give me a chance to explain this to you, because I always thought of myself as a very independent person. But through more introspection, I came to realize that I'm actually quite dependent on my friends and family and my partner. And let me explain why that is. When an empath is not in their center and not balanced, they will become like a sponge, absorbing everybody else's energy and then being tired all the time, feeling lifeless, feeling basically like depressed. You will become depressed as an empath if you are not able to remain centered and grounded. Codependent empaths are only okay when everybody around them is okay. That means it's very hard to be out in public. It's very hard to be in a big group of people, because often not every person in this big group of people is going to be okay, and you're going to pick up on their energy, their emotions, and you're going to absorb that. When an empath finds their center and is balanced, they become an independent empath. And that's what we want to be, because an independent empath is able to hold space for other people. They're able to be like, I see how you're feeling. I feel what you're feeling. I know that you're not okay. I want to help you to become okay, but I'm still okay. And that's where we want to be, because when you drain yourself, you can't fill other people up. And that's where empaths often go wrong. They are completely drained of their own energy. They are filled with all this negative energy like a sponge, and they still try to water others. And that comes from being a very compassionate individual. That's just innate for an empath. You have to understand that you must stay grounded and stay balanced in order to live your life the right way, the correct way. You can't completely enter a person's space. Instead, you hold their space by being there for yourself and for them. Prioritize yourself, prioritize your energy so that you can be there for others. I always considered myself a very independent person, but like I said, through more introspection, I found that if my family members weren't okay, if my partner wasn't okay, if my best friends weren't feeling okay, I not only was wanting so much to be there for them and so much to fix them, I also completely took on their energy and took on their issues. And that's not helping anybody. Taking off somebody else's plate and taking it onto you, you're not learning anything from that other than to, you need to take care of yourself, and you're taking lessons away from other people. You're taking the work away from other people. That's not what we're here for. That's not what we're meant to do. We are meant to feel for other people, but remain calm, remain in our center. And there are many ways to do this, and I will make more videos on this. I will make another video on a checklist for how to know if you are an empath, and then how to remain grounded and centered as an empath. But I feel like there was a lot of information for today. I want you to know that as an empath, you are so important. Your abilities matter, you matter, and we're gonna develop an understanding of who we are together as a community. Thank you so much for watching. Again, as an empath, or if you don't feel like you relate to this at all, breathe. Either way will be so good for you, because you are able to kind of like shower your energetic body every day. I recommend doing breathe once or twice a week. I've been doing it twice a week now. Sometimes I'll skip a week, but it is such a good energetic upkeep, and that link will be in the description below. Thank you for supporting the channel by, partaking in my little courses and my classes. It's how I give back, but also how I am able to continuously make YouTube videos every other day. Thank you for being here. I love you so much. And as always, until next time, keep your vibrations way up. Bye.